Hello, I'm Don Scarlet, and here on another episode of the Religious Education Program, we have a special guest today. It is God Himself.
Woo! Woo! Hey-oh! Hey-oh! Hold your applause. It's only God. It's only God.
Okay, God. I have a couple quick questions I need to ask you. Why, in the first place, did you create the world?
Well, you see, Chase, or Don, sorry, I created the world because I had all of this love inside of me, and I was just by myself, and I had no one to share it with or no way to express it. So I came into being, as I said, Genesis 1, verse 1, I created the heavens and the earth, and I had all of this love inside of me. I just wanted to share it with somebody, and so I created you, human beings, and all of your other counterparts in the crowd here. Thank you.
Okay, next question. What do you think about all this evil that's been happening lately?
Well, first off, I just want to let you know, I did not intend for there to be evil. I did not create the evil. You guys did that with original sin. And I never created anything in this earth or in the world to be evil. Nothing. Not even Satan himself. And like I said in Genesis chapter 1, verse 31, I looked at everything I had made, and I found it very good. Evening came and morning followed. So that pretty much just is saying that when I look back at all that I had made, all the creations that I had made in those 6 days, all of them were good at the start. And I never intended for any of them to be bad. I wanted everything to be good.
Thank you, God. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and answer these questions. Okay, that'll wrap it up on this episode of the Religious Educational Program. See you next time. Bye. I'm Don Scarlet, and I'm reporting to you in the field today. We're going to be telling you the story about Adam and Eve and how they were created and how they gave us original sin. Yes. Here we have Adam. He is coming into the world today. God created him. God told him that he could have anything in the entire garden. Except for anything, he couldn't have anything from this massive tree of knowledge.
That's a big tree.
That is a big tree. Thank you, Adam, for narrating on that. Okay, well, Adam was becoming very lonely. He was just didn't have anybody to talk to and just wanted someone to hang out with. So God realized that. He created Eve. I'm sorry, but we do not have an actress for Eve today. We could not find one. Well, Eve was wandering around the garden, and there's our invisible Eve. The serpent came up to her and tricked her, so she ate some of the fruit. And after she ate it, she thought it tasted so wonderful, she decided to give some of it to Adam. She left it on the tree for him to go get.
Oh man, Eve, that does look like some good fruit.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Adam, why have you forsaken me?
I'm sorry, God. I didn't know it was from the tree of knowledge. I blame Eve and the serpent. This was their fault.
Adam, you are banished from the Garden of Eden.
I'm sorry, God. I never intended for this to happen. I just now realized that I'm naked. Sorry, God. I'll never be allowed back in here.
And he is gone. Scarlet here again, and you're going to be getting a nice theological lecture from our theology scholar here, the Big Aristotle.
Hello, I am the Big Aristotle, and I am here to talk to you about the Bible in figurative language. Now, I understand that you all went out and witnessed a skit outside on Adam and the fall of man. Well, let me just get something clear here. God never intended for what he wrote in the Bible, or he didn't write it, but what he influenced people to write in the Bible to be taken literally. It is all figurative language. And figurative language is a form of writing like in a newspaper that pretty much says it's like to describe a message almost. It's not to be taken literally. Like in Genesis when they're talking about Adam and Eve. Adam, there may not have literally been a man named Adam who went out and ate a fruit from a tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden that caused original sin. I think that just symbolizes that man, let me think for a second. Now it's come to me. It symbolizes that humans try to become something that they can never be. God. Okay, now just think about this statement. We humans need the grace of redemption in order to be healed of the effects of original sin. What do you think that means? I think it means, well, first, before we go into that, let's talk about the effects of original sin. First off, our original justice and holiness were no longer intact. No humans were ever born with original holiness and justice, well, except Mary and Jesus were born with original holiness and justice after original sin. Original sin kind of is like a almost disease passed down from one human to the next human to the next human. So we all have original sin. The second thing is that we humans can experience death, which is a horrible thing that God never intended for us to feel. Okay, now, but even after, God still had a plan for us. Right after original sin, right after Adam ate the fruit, God's had a plan for us. This plan is 2 words: Jesus Christ. God sent himself, or his only son, Jesus, down on earth to save us. He died on the cross for us just so we could become, just to save us. And he's coming back to save us, as said in Revelations. So, when you think about it, God, even though we almost wronged God, even though us humans disobeyed God, God still loved us enough and had a plan for us to try to save us. And I really think that is the grace of redemption, Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you. Now that's all I have time for today.
Thank you, the Big Aristotle, for sharing with us your words of wisdom.
Just call the Big Aristotle whenever you need him.
Don't worry, I will. Hi, it's Don Scarlet again, and the Big Aristotle just told us about the grace of redemption and original sin and all those things. Well, that's all we have time for today on the Religious Educational Program. See you next time.